Hello and welcome to the Jenkins tutorial by Nairo System. I am your friend Prayas, and this is the sixth part of tutorial. We'll be learning today what is SCP and what is rsync. So let's see what's for today. What is SCP? What is rsync? So here it is. What is SCP? SCP is a secure copy. It's basically a protocol to transfer files securely between two computers. And by default it is using SSH for connection and data transfer, and it is having a disadvantage, guys. Every time it copies from the start. So like suppose you transfer a folder to a server, and again if you run the same command for copying it, it will copy the complete directory whatever was copied previously as well. This might be a time consuming process, right? Because I should be able to transfer only the files which have been changed. So let's see how SCP works. So this is the same instance, guys, that we created in our previous parts of tutorial. We have already over here, we'll just connect with this instance. My private key is present in my downloads folder, right? So I'll go over here. I'll simply do ssh-i, and here we are. Okay, we are into the instance, guys, and this is my local. I'll just see what all things are present over there. I'll just remove this hi.txt. Let's remove. See here, I have created a demo folder, guys, for you. So simply I'll do cd copy demo, and this directory is having actually these two files, guys. File underscore 1.txt, and this is file underscore 2.txt. So here, guys, we'll try to copy the same over here. I've just emptied this instance so that there's nothing mentioned, and now we'll just copy this directory using SCP. So SCP will be very simple command, guys. So as in local, we use CP for copying files from one location to another. We'll just use SCP over here. So SCP, also you can mention your private key, guys, while connecting to this instance or while copying these files to this instance. So suppose I just want to mention with this downloads / demo underscore key.pem. This was my private key for connecting to this instance. Now I'll be putting whatever I need to copy to this instance. I'll just do -r because Jenkins demo is basically a directory, guys. Or simply I'll just show you first how to copy a simple file. hi.txt will copy this file to this instance. For this we'll be needing again the name and the location of this instance that is given by AWS over here. Also, guys, we need to mention the location where it should be going. So if I see the current location, guys, is this home/ubuntu. So the same thing I'll be mentioning it over here as well. home/ubuntu. It is copied, guys. If I do ls, it has been copied over here successfully. So this was SCP, just for copying simple file. Now we'll try to copy a complete directory. -r Jenkins demo. -r because it's a directory, guys, so we'll have to do it in a recursive way that it reads each file by file and copy it to the place where we want it to be copied. So actually this directory is also having, guys, my .git ls-a. If I do, it is having this git directory as well, and this git directory will be having lots of commits and all these files over there. So when I try to copy it, it will copy everything over here. Okay, so if I try to do this thing, scp-i, yes, that's it. If I hit this command, it is actually copying all the file, guys. It will take a little while. See, these are the commit that are be going over here from get directory. Also, guys, we won't be able to see first. This thing has been copied over here. Also, if I do the same thing now, it will give me an error because the .get files that are there, it will try to override it and those permissions will be denied. So in the second time when you try to override the get files over there or in the instance, it will give you the permission denied error, guys. And also if we see, it is copying everything which it has copied previously as well. If you see over here, previously it has copied the same all of these files, and again it's trying to copy all of them, right? So it is copying again all of them. So this is like over headache, guys, because it is copying every file which is already over there. And this git thing also, we do not want it to be present over here because whatever we need is already present in the directory, and we won't use git to bring it in my application server. We cannot actually exclude the git folder with scp. Also, the second disadvantage will be the scp is copying everything again and again. So if I try to do the same thing about this hi.txt, guys, hi.txt, it will copy it again, right? But let's see a new copy technique that is a little bit advanced. What is rsync? So let's see a new technique, guys, which is advanced version of scp, What is rsync? So rsync is actually a remote sync. It is a utility to transfer files from one place to another. It can be done in local as well. Here we'll be using it to transfer files from local to EC2 instance. It is actually synchronizing. It actually synchronizes the directories. It actually synchronizes those two directories by using the modification times and the sizes. So it is actually having an algorithm which checks the checksum that the files were copied exactly, like the file which is present at my local or my source, is it the exact file which is present at destination. If it is the same, it won't copy it, right? So we'll see that. And yeah, it is also automatically verifying correctly transferred or not. So once you have transferred a directory from your local to your application instance, and if the files were not transferred properly and you try to run the same command, it will only copy those files, guys, which were not copied previously or which have been modified. Others will be kept as it is. So let's see how rsync works. Here we are. I'll just remove these two files. Sudo rm -r recursively deleted everything, right? So we'll just try doing the same things with rsync, rsync. It is having few options, guys. -a is for storing or keeping the metadata, that if the files were transferred properly, and checking the checksum and all, storing the checksum. And if I do -v, it actually shows the speed as well at which the files were transferred. So let's see. And one more thing I wanted to tell you guys before this. So this scp command only, guys, if as I said in previous tutorial regarding SSH, that SSH by default looks for the key which is present in your .ssh directory, right? And the name will be id_rsa. So if I see over here ls.ssh, it is having this private and public key, right? So SCP or SSH will by default search for this private key whenever it's trying to connect to the another instance. So in this previous command, if I simply remove this one as well, or before that I'll show it will use our .ssh /id rsa. Yes, it's empty. Again it copied, because in the previous tutorial we have set a connection using this our own private key with this instance. Now if I do not mention this as well, it will copy that, because it is by default referring to the private key that we have created in our .ssh directory. Okay, so let's see about rsync now. I've just emptied this thing again, there's nothing present, and from here I'll just do rsync. Now here guys, if you want to mention, so this is the basic command guys for rsync. We'll just mention these are the few options which we can mention. So -a is for storing the metadata, the checksum and all while transferring the files, and -v is for printing the speed at which files were transferred over there properly. So we'll just see it. And if you want to mention your SSH key guys, you'll have to include this -e option, then this SSH, and if you want to mention your key, you can mention it over here. Like I'll do .ssh /id_rsa. You can mention your downloads key as well, like the key that was given by AWS, the .pem file, but I'm using my own generated one that we generated in the previous tutorial. And now I'll just mention this file which we want to transfer and where we need to transfer. So we need to transfer it over here, and the address again the same, /home/ubuntu. RSYNC, a spelling mistake guys. It's done. If I see, it has sent the hi.txt file over here. Now if I repeat it again, it won't copy anything guys, right? Because it is already transferred over here, and there's no modification. So only if this file is removed, or I'll just make some changes over here, and I know we'll just check the contents. I'll just remove this hi guys, and I'll do save. And again if you try to copy it, now it will copy it because it has been changed. If I do Ctrl X, right, it has changed. So rsync is helpful guys where we are having multiple files on a larger directory, and we need to, if we are trying to copy multiple times over there, it will copy everything from starting if we use SCP. But rsync comes as a rescue over here guys, because it will be copying only the required files. Also here as well, it will by default use the SSH key only. So in case if I remove this, it will use the SSH key as id_rsa. So again if I do it, it will work, right? Because by default that private key that we created has been taken up by SCP or rsync as well. Also, as we saw with SCP, copying that git folder was a problem for us, right? So if we do -r Jenkins demo, it will copy these things And did you see guys how much faster it was? In the previous time SCP took a lot of time, but rsync was able to do it much quick guys. See, if I try to do it again, it is sending nothing. It won't send anything over there guys. So oh yeah, I'll do one more thing. I'll just mention Jenkins because it has read and kept everything in this home directory, not in our directory that we wanted. I'll remove this. Star means like all, everything before .txt, like if it matches the pattern it will delete, so these two will be deleted together. It's done. Now again, yes, I'll just mention it over here. It will copy everything in that directory now. Okay, if I try doing it again, it won't copy anything, right? Also, if you want to exclude something, like in future, if you want to exclude something, you can do that as well. Over here, if you go and you do --, exclude is equals to, and here we can mention the pattern .get. So anywhere the .get comes, it won't send the directory over here guys. So if I do rm, I'll just remove the same directory. If I do rm for this directory, I'll just remove this complete directory over here. Sudo rm jenkins with -r, it is deleted. Okay, and if I try to do this command, it is not copying the git1 files. So git is not actually required over here because we just need these files, right? Whatever we need to run. I'll just need my flash demo requirements for downloading the dependencies, and now it can run. So if I see into Jenkins demo, it is having only these three, and the .get things are completely excluded. So this were the advantages of rsync guys. SCP is also fine, but it is for like 1 or 2 files if you're having, and if you're having a larger directory, obviously I would prefer the rsync because it is giving me a lot of options and a fast way as well to transfer files. And obviously in this real world, everybody wants the task to be completed as fast as possible, right? So let's see, we have seen how rsync works. In the next part of the tutorial guys, we'll be learning how to install Jenkins, and from there we'll be practically starting the CI/CD part as well to set up Jenkins pipeline for continuous integration and continuous deployment. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like the video, please like it. Also subscribe to the channel. Please comment if you have any doubts or for giving me feedbacks, so that what all things I can include in my next videos.